Okay, I've got two examples on this because, to be honest, if you didn't manage to get this right in Algebra 1, you didn't deserve to pass the class second semester. Okay, it's very easy. I'm going to go over these two samples, and then you'll do two problems. You need a refresher on this for the next assignment. It leads up. Okay, I have an expression with 7x plus 3, and this is times, because there's nothing between the two parentheses, the expression 2x minus 5. Well, 7x and 3 are not like terms, so we can't add them and say it's 10x. Nope, not going to work. Same here. So how would you multiply that? Well, if you remember from last year, it's a two-step process. Step 1, I need to see some distributive rainbows. It's known as the FOIL method. Okay. Just write FOIL on step 1. You're going to do that off to the side, okay? First, look at that 7x. F stands for first, so 7x times 2x. I'll figure that product out here in a second. O stands for outer, 7x times negative 5. The 5 is negative. And then cross out the 7, that's done. And then inner, 3 times 2x, that's what the I stands for. And then last, 3 times negative 5. You should know how to do that, okay? All right, so find these products. 7 times 2 is 14. Now notice how each factor has an x. So the x goes to the second power. That's a multiplication thing, okay? Now if you added 7x and 2x, it'd just be 9x without the second power. But when you multiply and each factor has x, well, that goes to the second power. Because they're each to the first, you'd add the powers. Yeah. So 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. Now this one, there's an x here, so it would just have x, because that factor didn't have x. 3 times 2 is 6, and that would just have x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Okay. And the FOIL, put a check mark, you're done. You found it. Okay, now step 2, you need to collect like terms. Now here's what I like to do. What's the highest exponent you have on the variable? Second power. So what you're going to do is put blank x to the second power plus blank with x plus blank. So for x to the second, we have the 14. For regular x, I've got two terms, negative 35 and 6. We need to add those together, and that's negative 29. And then we have our negative 15, and that's done. Okay. All right, next one. 8x minus 3 times x plus 2. That x probably would like a coefficient on him, so it automatically takes a 1. And there's two steps to the process. There's the FOIL. So 8x times 1x. 8x times 2. And then the 8x is done. And then I stands for inner. Negative 3 times 1x. And then the L stands for last. Negative 3 times 2. That's what FOIL is. It's just it's like the distributive property rainbows, but there's just more than it's on steroids, okay? So 8 times 1 is 8, but when we multiply, if each factor has x, that's going to be x to the second. 16, each factor, only one factor has x, so that's just x. Negative 3, only one of the factors has x, so that's just x, and that's negative 6. Okay, check. And what's our highest? Well, it'll be x to the second, okay? X to the second, I've got 8. 16 plus negative 3 is 13. Because we need to add those two together, and then minus 6. Okay, and then you need to do the 2 for your own practice. Okay, it's pretty simple. Okay.